Good morning. Welcome to the Dope and to the Superwoman of the travel industry. Joining us today, we have with us a woman who, through sheer hard work, dedication, love for the travel industry, and her warmth with people, has climbed the career ladder in quick succession. Please welcome a very dear friend, Miss Vani Subhas, owner of Hansa Holidays, an agency specializing in customized holidays to exotic and unusual destinations. She has been the founder member of Skal Club of Hyderabad, currently the internal auditor of Skal Hyderabad, was the Skal International Councilor representing India at Skal World Forums, and also the Founder Chairperson for TAAI AP chapter, and many more. She is an eminent figure in the horizon of the travel industry, a graduate in English literature from Ethiraj College Chennai, and has an entrepreneurial spirit. While also managing business, family, and social life with complete ease, warmth, and charm, she has a large passion for travel. She is widely traveled and enjoys new places and meeting people from different cultural backgrounds. So welcome Vani all the way from Hyderabad, the land of the Nawabs, the Hyderabadi biryani, and the Charminar. So good morning and welcome to our show.
Hi, Vani. You. Thank you so much.
And let me start off with our first question on how has been your past journey and how did you get into the travel industry?
I had done a holiday in Europe on a Cosmos trip when I was just about 22 or 23. And I think that gave me the first taste for travel. And later when I realized that I would like to take up a career after my son was 2 years old, I said, this is the place I would like to be. And it just happened that Sita World Travel was opening its branch in Hyderabad. I applied, and the rest, of course, was like history for me, that I enjoyed my years with Sita Travels.
How long were you with Sita? How long? Did you work a long time?
Yes, I worked for 15 years. Wow. And I started as a lowly sales executive. And I think within 5 years, I was the branch manager.
Wow.
And, actually, I didn't want that responsibility. I enjoyed being what I was doing. I was into sales and operations and holidays were my passion. Sita started its Pearl Orient holidays from Chennai, and we were doing a great job. But I think other people were opening their offices in Hyderabad around that time, both Thomas Cook and Travel House, and they both offered me positions as branch manager. Of course, Sita got the hint and they said, you better become our branch manager. And that was, of course, also a very exciting position. From 1985 till about the next 10 years, I was the branch manager. And it was very exciting years when we did lots of things. We had 2 branches in Hyderabad. When I left, we had about 52 people reporting to me.
This is interesting to know. And when did Hansa Holidays start?
Actually, in between, for about 11 years, I was the general sales agent for Lufthansa German Airlines. Okay. I left Sita and got the entrepreneurial. First, my entrepreneurial journey started with Hansa Aviation Private Limited. I was very lucky. Lufthansa decided to close its office in Hyderabad, and they had put up an ad. And I was very, very lucky that they just chose me out of various people who had applied to pick up the GSA. GSA was so hot business.
Absolutely.
So I went to the other side of the fence, so to speak. And I must tell you that all my travel agency friends were so upset at that time. They said, like, you too, Brutus? Because GSA was like, you could have been from an IATA agent, TAAI member. TAAI members didn't like the word GSA at that time. Okay. But anyhow, that was also very challenging. I grew the business. They were very happy with the results. They gave me the GSA for a part of Tamil Nadu with an office in Coimbatore. Then I opened offices in Kerala, in Trivandrum, as well as in Cochin. So at one time we had 4 offices. I was traveling all the time, looking after all this and attending, all the meetings. It was nice to see the travel industry from the airline side. But it all came to an end in about 2004, after 11 years. Lufthansa changed their distribution model worldwide. And they had a new manager in India. He came and he said, we now have to not have general sales agents. So they told, I said, I'm not going to be in the travel agents, travel business anymore, because I've done the travel agency, I've done the airline, now I can't go back to being a travel agent. But somehow they talked me into becoming a Lufthansa city center. And for some time, I was doing a bit of consolidation for Lufthansa. And then I realized my forte is holiday travel. And meeting with Gautam Chadha, he asked me to represent Thailand Travel Marketing as their general sales agent for the cruises. So he gave me all the three territories again, Tamil Nadu and Cochin. I said, Gautam, I don't see myself traveling all over the place again. So let me do it for Andhra Pradesh. So we started with cruises and then grew to becoming a holiday, just Hansa Holidays and doing a lot of holidays.
That's been a very interesting journey. It's really nice to know. Sometimes when we meet, I've always met you as Hansa, but to be very honest, I had not understood about the past journey. It's very interesting to know that.
So it is,
and it's really nice.
Yeah, it has been travel agent, working for somebody, then becoming your own entrepreneur, and then coming back to being an entrepreneurial travel agency. And I must tell you that financially, even being again a travel agent in those years, in the last 10, 12 years, because we've been specializing in holidays for the high-end, we evolved. We didn't decide, I didn't decide I'll do this, but I don't know. I think people gravitated towards asking me to do special things for them. And I have seen myself evolving. It's not I had a vision to do this, but it just happened. And I've been thinking out of the box. I've been changing my avatar or, my business model. But it's all been very, very rewarding in many ways.
That's nice. That's nice to know. And in the travel industry, how has been your experience as a woman? You've been holding a lot of senior positions in the industry associations. How do you feel? How were you welcomed as a lady?
I didn't really have too many issues at all.
Sure.
Maybe I was lucky. Maybe my personality, the way I get along with people, or I don't seem like a threat. But I hope I hold my own. It's always been very easy. I've had very good relationships in all these organizations. The same amount of issues and backbiting and gossip which you have among women, you have among men. It's the same thing. I don't see anything different. It was, I think, I didn't find being a woman in all these associations very different. In fact, I felt it was, they welcomed me and I had a very good relationship. And I find the same amount of issues that you have among women, among men also, and even when men and women are there. But initially, when I started in the industry, among TAAI and Skal, there were less women. Then there were a lot of women. Now I find women in senior positions are again becoming less. I just feel that I don't know why it's happening. There might be more women in travel, but when you go to a TAAI meeting or a small meeting like the other day in Hyderabad, there were only 3 or 4 women. There should be more women.
Absolutely.
In senior positions.
In senior positions. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And the numbers all over India are also dwindling. If you will find in any of the, at least in Skal, which I can say, there are hardly handful of senior people in the industry overall in India as well.
Yeah.
It's a trend which we need to rethink about. Why is that happening?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah, that's true.
is travel agent or the travel industry not anymore a glamour industry, or not anymore a wanted industry for the ladies to come into? In fact, I had a debate with someone who I spoke about it at length. Would they like to get into the industry or not? But with at least the younger crowd, but the college of Christ University Students Forum, and I could feel that there is a dip, probably because of the COVID and things like that, and you will find that travel industry or hospitality industry is the first to be affected. So I think people are getting a little wary, and this is a bigger challenge which most of the hospitality institutes are facing, because they pass out, and most of them, 25% of them, are not joining the hotel industry. They study 4 years, and then they're wasting that space, and then they go into an IT field, because that's where it's very lucrative. There is money, and it's easy, and you're assured of a job. I mean, and there is an assured income there. So that's altogether a different topic altogether. Now, how relevant is digital transformation of travel trends? How do you think? I mean, being the millennial travelers, how relevant do you think digital transformation?
It is very relevant. In fact, to tell you a little bit about my journey, about 10 years ago, I had this opportunity to start Good Earth as a retail store in Hyderabad as a business partner. And I thought I like to do something really interesting after travel. So let me start it. And I had a manager as an interim person, not realizing that 9 years later or 10 years later, I'm still so much into travel. Travel is evolving, but I find that there will always be that niche, person, that niche travel agent, which is doing something special for their clients. So how we also need, that niche travel agent has to develop technologically, have to be very, very, available in the way that the client needs them. But I don't think as of today, there is any need to really fear if you have the knowledge and, and you have the contacts and you have been in the industry some time and you've learned about it. In that context, I think I just mentioned this morning that this year, in January, Traveler Made invited me to become a part of their community of travel designers. Okay. And I didn't even want to talk about it because COVID happened in March, and but I still feel that if we can ride out this very difficult time in the industry, we will all prevail, and those of us who survive, who will be there, can do a good job and can be back. And technology or no technology, we will be there, but we will need technology.
For sure. We need to adapt to the technology, because I think people are evolving, and especially in a city like Hyderabad or a Bangalore, where it's an IT capital for both the cities, Silicon Valleys of India. So you will find that kind of interest in the general trends.
I think we spoke about technology, digital, yes, digital marketing, all that has to be there. But I was talking more about the broader term of technology.
I understand totally. In fact, I think to be there, one needs to be on the social media, one needs to be digitally, physically present in all forums. Otherwise, I think you're not being there in the market anymore, is what I feel. While the touch and feel is good, but we also need to adapt to these trends, that's my personal opinion. And coming to the current situation in the travel and tourism industry, how has lockdown and COVID affected your business, and what did you start new personally, what did you do in this period?
The first 2 months were a bit challenging because, to come to terms with, this too can happen, and but I used the time to get, I got into something which I wanted to do a long time. I learned to play bridge online with a very good teacher from Bombay, and I practiced a little bit of that. And then I got into doing some serious meditation, which I had never done. And then I started talking to service providers to see whether I could, revamp my, website and, think about how to, get back into the business whenever it starts. And from June, we have been working 3 times a week. We are in the office with a downsized work team. But I think this last 6 months have not been as bad as a lot of people have made it out to be. At least for me, the time has been quite fruitfully engaging for myself.
Okay. That's really positive to hear. I mean, definitely, I think these are notes which I think people would look at it, and then, I mean, if seniors can say, I'm sure a lot of people, it would, bring about a lot of hope in the industry.
Yeah.
And what's the views on the future? Will travel be the same after we fight the pandemic?
I wished I had that crystal ball and I could tell you. But having said that, I'm very positive.
Sure.
I'm very positive that travel, since I enjoy travel so much, there must be lots of people around the world who are just raring to go,
Yeah.
The time can be anything, but the time frame, I don't know, because everybody says something, even IATA says 3 years, but then I would like to be more positive and think that it may be faster. And I think, where there's hope, things will happen, and where we are positive, we give out very, positive vibes out. And I think generally the atmosphere is better for that rather than doom and gloom,
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm hoping for the best.
And coming to the views on your way forward, sustainability. What do you think about sustainability? Do you think that's the need of the hour?
It is. We all want, we've all been hearing how, the earth, the whole thing is that, this whole pandemic has happened because we misused the world around us. And we need to, but I don't think it will happen overnight. People have short memories, but we who are sincere about sustaining, I think the brand that I even represent in retail, Good Earth, is all about sustainability, using sustainable products. And, there are a lot of hotels around the world which are coming up with it. This is something which we all have to practice. But we've all got so used to doing something different. And there are only 5% amongst us who are really knowledgeable on how to, go forward in this situation. So I think it is the need of the hour, but I'm frankly not able to tell you that there's a roadmap that I would be following. I wish there would be more leaders in that, and then we will all follow suit.
Thank you, Vani, for sharing your valuable time with us. And I think it's been really fruitful and really engaging to understand about where your journey started. And I love the fact that you dabbled in the travel agency, to the airlines, to the being an entrepreneur, in every part of essence of the travel. So travel, in a way, is within you. And now planning, and even as a traveler made partner, I think you're really growing places, and wish you the very best. And let's see that we will meet soon in real time. We did meet, but I'm sure looking forward to meeting you in Bangalore or Hyderabad.
Thank you so much, Rajni. It's been very interesting also meeting up with you and talking about all that we had to talk about.
Yes. For all the viewers who are watching this, I'm sure you would love this session. So please do like, share, and subscribe as always, and show us a lot of love. And for the next episode of Superwoman of the Travel Industry, wait and watch. This is Ranjini Nambiar signing off.